My name is Nikos Zifakis, and I'm the project coordinator of the newly launched Horizon project named Empowering the Geopolitical EU in the Eastern Neighborhood and the Western Balkans, or if you prefer the abbreviation, GeoPower EU. This is today's our kickoff meeting. We're just getting started. And on the sidelines of this, we have a small, I'm going very briefly to present the project, and then we're going to have a panel discussion about contemporary developments with members of the consortium. So this project starts with a series of assumptions. The Russian invasion of Ukraine challenged many of our assumptions about European security. It is conventional wisdom that there is a need to review and revise EU policies towards the Western Balkans and Eastern Partnership countries. The EU's decision to offer a membership perspective to Ukraine, Moldova, and Georgia brought for the first time the Western Balkans and Eastern Partnership countries under the same policy radar, which is the one of the EU enlargement policy. Here, however, we have two challenges. The first is that the two regions have been so far studied separately. The second and most important issue is that the EU enlargement policy has stagnated for over a decade. In other words, Eastern Partnership countries were transferred to a policy framework that does not seem to work. The EU claimed that the Russian aggression on Ukraine brought about its geopolitical awakening. The Union has made decisions that were unthinkable before the war's outbreak. However, the EU has not emerged yet as a fully fledged geopolitical power. Some analysts reasonably wonder how the EU would have reacted to the Russian aggression had the United States not been so invested to the cause. Crucially, Russia's destabilizing activity in Europe does not end with the use of lethal military power in the periphery. Moscow's contemporary malign activities exploit an array of tools and methods that take advantage of vulnerabilities such as freedom of the media, assembly, and expression. And in the field of geoeconomics, China and Turkey and the Gulf countries are similarly making non-transparent deals in the two regions that undermine the EU reform agenda and strengthen the rule of authoritarian mind leaderships. So there is a pressing need for strategic foresight, and the main objective of our program is to contribute to the empowerment of the EU to manage security threats within the deteriorating geopolitical environment that lies in its eastern neighborhood and the Western Balkans. Our main ambition is to articulate a proposal for a comprehensive EU strategy towards these two regions that will employ new and reform means and policy instruments, taking into consideration foresight concerning the strategic aspiration of other geopolitical actors. In particular, we'll try to advance 6 specific objectives. The first is to analyze the effectiveness of EU enlargement policy and the adequacy of its current tools and resources for the integration of countries with EU membership perspective. The second is to interrogate the continued relevance of the Eastern Partnership of the Eastern Partnership for the European Neighborhood Policy. The third objective is to assess the influence of other geopolitical actors, precisely the United States, Russia, China, and Turkey, in the two regions. The fourth is to provide strategic foresight about the prospects of geopolitical competition. The fifth is to increase the EU strategic autonomy and its ability to contain military threats that emanate from the deteriorating geopolitical environment beyond its borders. And the sixth, to propose a comprehensive and multidimensional EU strategy that will guide relations with the Western Balkan and Eastern Partnership countries. This is a very rough work plan that I'm not going into details at this short presentation. I'm going just to give 2 examples of our attempt to diagnose the problem. The first is discussing the stagnation in EU enlargement policy. There is much discussion, there is an extensive academic literature. We're focusing on specific issues. One is to discern the perceptual gap between the EU policies and expectation and needs of the countries under examination. We want to see what the EU thinks works in the region and what the region believes about the EU policies and the EU instruments have been applied so far. And the second twin challenge that we're going to investigate is the economic convergence, or the lack of economic convergence, and the struggle against immigration and brain drain, and the trouble and the challenge of green energy transition without imperiling energy security or aggravating energy poverty. Another final example of a problem diagnosis is an attempt to measure, to assess the influence of other geopolitical actors in the two regions. We'll first of all build a continuously updated interdependence database with data about the linkage of geopolitical actors with countries in the two regions, which means data about trade, FDI, about military agreements, diplomatic visits and contacts, flows of people among the external actors in the two regions. The second is to measure the external geopolitical influence in the two regions through the construction of three indices. The first interdependence index that will measure the breadth of interdependence between external actors and countries in the two regions. The second index about the exposure, the vulnerability of countries in the two regions to external influences. And the third is the extent to which, the strategic autonomy index, the extent to which those countries are experiencing limitations to their choices. And the third part is again to focus on two critical challenges. The one is government gaps and their exploitation by the corrosive capital of companies from geopolitical actors. And the second is how this information is strategically used by third countries. Following the diagnosis of the problems, we will produce strategic foresight. Very briefly, we'll try to develop all alternative scenarios concerning the ambition and policies of geopolitical actors in the two regions. We'll identify the most plausible and consistent scenarios and sub-scenarios, and then we will test them and assess their implications with the use of a serious game. And at the end, once we have come up with some concrete policy recommendation and ideas, we will test them, we'll present them in workshops and multi-stakeholder co-creation studios in different countries with the aim of testing them, fine-tune them, and try to co-create with other colleagues and other stakeholders and decision makers who are not members of the consortium, our final policy prescriptions, and at the end, a single strategic framework that will also take note of the result of the strategic foresight and the scenario testing on geopolitical competition. This is the consortium. We are 15 partners. You will see that there are partners from the three Eastern Partnership countries, which is the Georgian Foundation for Strategic and International Studies, the Odessa Metsikov National University, and the Institute for Development and Social Initiatives Viitorul in Moldova. There are also countries from the there are also partners from the Western Balkans. There is the University of Rijeka in Croatia, the Faculty of Political Science in the University of Belgrade, the Institute of Democracy Societas Civilis Skopje in North Macedonia, and then an array of partners in different EU members. Beyond us, the University of the Peloponnese, there is the University of Bologna, Democratization Policy Council in Berlin, which has also field presence in Bosnia, the European Neighbourhood Council in Brussels, Southeast European Research Center in Thessaloniki, which is the host today of our kickoff meeting, the Swedish Institute of International Affairs, and two partners in Austria, the Vienna Institute for International Economic Studies, and the VINSIDE. Finally, these are our social media accounts. They are all active. You can already start to follow us and see the progress in our activity. The website is coming soon. It's not yet ready. Thanks for being with us, and let's pass to a discussion. We have no findings at the beginning of the projects, but that have been very awkward. We have much more the opportunity to discuss contemporary developments in two regions that produce a lot of events with 5 members of the consortium. Thanks a lot.